So far we have our chords with the piano sound, but for those of you who've listened to the original Robert Miles' Children, you might recall that the piano sound is actually what plays the melody. So it'd be good to keep that up our sleeve. How about we try out some different synth sounds in the sounds category. So I'm going to head over to the sounds category. I'm going to open up synth keys, and there's a whole lot of different presets there we can try. If you have this little blue headphone turned on, then you'll be able to listen to the sound of it. And if you get annoyed by that, you can always just toggle that blue headphone off. The way I favorited these was right-clicked on them, and I set it to a color. And that way I know that I've had a listen before. I'm going to set that one onto track 1 there, drag it up there. And the MIDI is still the same, but what's going to happen now, instead of triggering that piano device that we had there, that you'll see there, I've undone that. I can try redoing, edit, redo. We've got this Cars in the 80s, so listen. Which sounds pretty cool. I wonder how it sounds with the more rhythmic. It's pretty cool. So that's an option. Now I'm just going to explore a few. At this point, you might just go, okay, I get it, I'm going to try it myself. But just for those of you who want to hear a few more examples, I'm going to go through the ones that I highlighted and drag them onto track 1 and have a listen. And then let's try the bar 9. Here's my changed voicing, the inversion. Let's hear what the fast chords sound like. So that key sound has enough attack that it actually works for that fast one as well. One that doesn't work for the fast ones I found in the strings folder is these Tron swing strings, which if I they have a very slow attack rather than having a strong sound right at the start. It takes the strings a while to kick in. So if we listen to that one, you might agree with me that it sounds pretty cool for the long chords. It sounds less convincing at bar 9. And then when we get to bar 25 with my very fast variation, it doesn't really cut it. So what you could actually do is I might duplicate my track 1 because I like the Tron strings, but I'm going to delete the quicker ones and just keep the chords 1 there with that Tron sound. And then I'm going to mute it for a second. And let's just consider some of these other ones we tried. I thought the pizza go round's pretty cool, but you can't hear it yet. Let's give that one a go on track 1. Have a listen. That one works quite well. So what we could actually do is save our Tron chords, or in fact you could start with those. What if we, I can actually deactivate these. If you push 0, highlight something and push 0, you can actually just deactivate it rather than deleting it because you might bring it back later. So what happens if I turn that channel back on by making it yellow again? Let's have a listen. We start with our Tron strings. Now suddenly losing that doesn't sound that great. Why don't we copy those two? You might recall this is actually a slight variation. So I'm going to call it chords 1B and just copy that, pasting it here, and bar 9 sounds like. Okay, so it's all about exploring different layers, and a good starting point is just you can either duplicate the channel or you can copy parts across to other channels if you just create a new device on another MIDI channel. Some of you might recall in one of the extra ones I did this nylon guitar as well. Let's just hear what that sounds like with that brought back in. So let's try it over here. I might decide to mix my guitar a little louder and bring this one down a bit. What if I want my guitar just over one side? Rather than being center panned, I might say, let's put Tron, in fact, let's move these other rhythmic chords to the, say, to the left. Let's go about 30. And what if we move, in fact, let's make it really obvious to you. Let's go all the way to the left and all the way to the right with the guitar. Suddenly we've got more space to our mix, don't we? Bring it back in. And now, hear that? Okay, so just exploring different arranging techniques by having different sounds, even if they're playing the same thing with those synths. You can have layers of those chords. You could have ones that sound kind of like strings, like my Tron strings here, and you can have ones that are really obviously like synth sounds. So I'm going to leave it there, and please explore. Remember, you can make favorites by right-clicking on any of those presets that you like, and then you know to use them other times as well.